Reality radio done right. No nonsense, real and raw, just like you like it.
He's corrupt, he's inexperienced, and he lies.
Broadcasting from a broom closet in the Arizona Lotus Studios, it's Beef Vegan Presents.
Here we go! Yo! There's more Herb Watch. It's the realest on the radio, the party bro living in the vadio, making everybody go. Yo, welcome back to the show. It's Beef Vegan Presents live on Rock 102.1 KFMA and streaming worldwide at KFMA.com. Welcome to the podcast broadcast. We are live. That's Mr. Herb Stratford here. Good morning, Herb.
Good morning.
Right. And not only do we have Herb, we also have Austin on the streets here. Let me pop up Austin, the naked cowboy, as he's dancing, and Daniel keeps putting the phone vertically when these kids need to put it horizontally.
There we go.
There you go. Yeah, we got to go full stream here. As yes, is he sweating it?
Wow, he's sweating that permanent marker right off.
Yeah. It almost looks like a honk if you're honky.
He does look like a honky.
Yes. Let's see this. As Austin is live on the streets right now. This is what I love about this live stream and being able to do this. So we could literally send Austin out with an iPhone to the streets. We sent him to the slowest streets in Tucson to promote the show. This is fantastic. Way on brand. Let's send him to a place where there's 9 cars.
There's a lot of cars. What you talking about?
I know. I don't know if you're used to a lot of cars. You've been living downtown too long, man. Like, when rush hour and actual traffic, I'm talking like 50 cars at a stoplight.
People are already at work. What do you want? That's why they're enjoying the radio. Work.
I don't know. Austin, can you hear me? Can you say anything, dude? I don't know if he could hear me.
Probably not. He's far away.
Well, Daniel, if you could hear me, say something. I don't know. We just got a silent version of the naked cowboy happening.
I'll take it.
Yeah, let's see if my phones work real quick. Rocco 2.1, who's this? Sorry, caller, I can't hear you. My phone sucks.
Oh.
Yeah, that's one of those days, dude. One of those days. I can't get Pete. Daniel, if you could hear me, make sure your phone's not muted, because that could be an issue. Make sure it's not muted. So if there's any honking, I want to be able to hear the honking.
Oh, that is true.
Yeah,
I don't hear anything.
100%. I don't hear
Turn
anything.
that volume up.
I mean, I can hear Herb, right?
Yeah, Herb's fine.
Yeah.
Herb, you
yeah.
say so. Oh, shit. I was hoping just to be able to hear Austin. It's whatever. I'm just kidding. We do have a lot of stuff to cover and talk about. What about that what if though, huh?
So I was going to bring that up. I'm surprised I haven't brought it up in the car. Did you see the last episode of What If, the most recent one?
Yes.
That's one of the best things I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Herb, you up on What If or no?
I'm getting like every third word.
Are you up on the most recent episode of What If, Herb?
No, I'm not.
Oh.
I'm still. Well, I have a good excuse this week because I got rear-ended Monday, so I've been dealing with all kinds of doctor's appointments and car stuff and everything else. So I'm actually a little bit behind this week, but I've got this weekend. So I think I'm going to have like 2 or 3 to watch now. So I'm excited about that. Actually, it's sort of good to watch more than one, if you have them saved up.
Especially this last couple. Woo.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's been fantastic. And yeah, you watch it like a movie for sure. And it is terrible that you got in a rear end accident. I'm sorry about that. And it's a good reason why he's not in studio today, because he's dealing with that and going to the doctors. And it's unfortunate. Where did you get rear ended?
I was coming on to Oracle. There was like some big police shutdown on Stone, and they directed everybody through the neighborhood to go to Oracle. And some woman plowed into the back of me going, 20 miles an hour. I was sitting at the stop sign and pushed me into the car in front of me. And, just not what you want to deal with. It's like, it's one thing if it's your fault, right? And you're like, all right, I screwed up. But like, if you're just minding your own business and somebody hits you, it's kind of like, hey. So
right. Yeah. Yeah, that's brutal. Yeah. Were you looking in the rear view? Like, did you see her coming?
No, I didn't. I was looking forward. I think I would have. And my doctor was like, actually, it's a good thing you didn't see her, because then you tense up and it's worse. If you just let your neck go flying all over the inside. I mean, it knocked my glasses off. I had a hat on, knocked that off. I mean, it was a hard hit. So, yeah,
brutal.
Sucks.
Yeah, I'm sorry that happened to you, and that's That's something that you could be dealing with here for the next year. I don't want to be pessimistic, but yeah, I mean, trying to recover is just brutal.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's true. So
I'm
I'm gonna have lots of good stuff to watch this weekend, though. I just gotta, I'll put the Bill Murray neck collar on, right? So I can,
I'll tell you what, I'll do this as a friend and as a favor. After I get Austin done promoting the show, I'll send him to your house to give you a nice little rub down on your back, make your back feel good. He's nice and sweaty. I don't know. You see his long hair and stuff. You can squint your eyes.
No.
Pretend it's a lady.
I'm good.
But, Big Daddy Tucson says that sucks, Herb. Glad you're okay. And we are glad you're okay. Austin, I can't hear you, man. I don't know why I can't hear you, but you got to check to see if your mic's muted. These are technical issues that we're learning for the first time. It looks like he's having a good time. I hope he wore some sunblock, though.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm so concerned. That's me being an old man. But check out his chest there, Herb. It says Rock 102.1 KFMA. No Beef Vegan Presents branding, but he's not big enough to be able to put all those words in there, all those letters.
Well, I'm just glad it doesn't have like a caricature of you on his belly. That would be a little disturbing. So
next time, gadgets.
Yes, because Powers can do that. Let's do a quick tease. Rock 102.1 KFMA's Beef Vegan Presents. I got Austin on the street as a naked cowboy. So if you're around 4th and 6th, make sure you honk at Austin as he's out there singing and dancing for the sake of promoting the show. He's a good man. I also have film critic Herb Stratford, who's not that good of a man, but he has movie reviews that he's going to share with us. What are we going to be excited about coming to the theaters or your streaming network this weekend? We're going to find out right after Lincoln Park with In the End, right here on Rock 102.1 KFMA Beef Vegan Presents. I'm just kidding, Herb. You're kind of a good dude, right? Right? No?
I think so, but let's make Powers the deciding vote.
Nope. All right, we'll find out after the break. Clear. All right.
You sound so convinced.
I know. It's being a D this morning.
So funny.
It's me on brand being a D. Good morning, Linda.
I'll be honest with you. What up, Big Daddy? I'll be honest with you. Sometimes it's not always what you say. It is exactly how you say it. And it is so funny.
Oh, good.
Like,
well, that's because I trip over my words. So that's good.
No, it's not even that. It's when you're just like, what do you think of that?
Yeah.
Just let it hang.
Like, Herb. Herb. I do love me some Herb. I mean, that's only for the streamers to know. I want the people on the FM side.
Kayfabe lips.
Yeah, to think that
you get the extra stuff.
Can't stand this dick. But I do wish him a speedy recovery. This only for the streamers. I'm not going to wish you a speedy recovery on the air. Ever.
All right. That's fair.
Yeah. Hey, actually, I got good news. You never got COVID, right? You've been COVID free for this entire time? Yeah. And you're vaccinated, so you're good. Here's something that I just found out is some people have been suffering from COVID, a thing called Restless anal syndrome. Yes, this is a real thing. This is no joke. This is a legitimate story. But, a lot of people have been long haulers of COVID. I mean, Drum still can't taste after 9 months of having COVID. And she's 20. Really? Yes. And she's 22 years old. So, like, people don't really look at those long-term effects as a reason to get vaccinated. But it's like, hey, you could survive this thing, but it could, like, permanently mess with you. She doesn't know if she's ever going to get her taste back. And that's a scary thing. But restless anal syndrome might be a little scarier than not being able to taste.
I guess so. Go on.
Yeah, it's like restless leg syndrome, right? Where you got to keep moving your thing. So there's a 77-year-old guy in Japan who was diagnosed with it, and it's the first time it's been linked to COVID-19. But it is related to restless leg syndrome. And then when you have it, you have an uncontrollable urge to move your legs. That's restless leg syndrome. But except the urge is only existing in the man's anus. So he constantly felt like he needed to use the restroom, right? Oh. But it never gave him any relief. So he could eat all the Mexican food he wants, and he could go to the bathroom 20 times a day. It still wasn't giving him relief. He was still puckering.
That's what I'm saying. Was it
constant pucker? This? It was like
this motion all day.
Here, I'll do a close up. This is kind of like this is his anus. His eyelid is my eyelid is his anus. It's like this all day.
That's kind of. I don't know. I mean,
Just like that. It's
that's
like
uncomfortable.
yeah.
But also, I'm a little turned on because you're winking at me a lot.
Yeah. I was winking at everybody on the street. He spent 3 weeks in the hospital fighting COVID, and he didn't develop the restless anus until after he recovered and went home. And the doctors checked him out, did a colonoscopy and everything else, and they know that it's a neurological thing. So that's something to be concerned about. I know.
Well then,
let's go.
It's
While we're on
like
the air.
the more you know, right?
Rock on 2.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. I didn't hear Herb on that actually, but I'm sure whatever he said was hilarious. We have our restless anal Herb critic.
Oh my goodness.
Herb Stratford. I'm just messing around. Inside streamer joke. Anyways, we catch up with Herb each and every week to find out if there's any movies worth seeing in the theaters or on our stream. And with that, let's get it right into it, Herb. What's the first movie that you're actually excited about this weekend?
So the first thing I want to talk about is a movie. It's a Western, and it's called Old Henry. And this is really solid. I got to tell you, I mean, I'm like a fan of good Westerns, not bad Westerns, right? I mean, if it's got to be good. And this is Tim Blake Nelson, who is he's a wonderful sort of character actor. You've seen him in all kinds of stuff. And he plays a guy, a farmer who's, sort of out in the wilderness with his son. And this guy shows up and he's got a saddlebag full of cash and he's shot. And he's like, okay, what do I do about this? So he takes the guy in, starts to sort of try and get his story. And then this group of other guys show up who say they're the law. And have they seen this guy? And he's kind of like, I'm not sure I trust these guys. So basically you end up in this sort of standoff, right? Where you're trying to figure out who's the good guy, who's the bad guy, and it's very well done, very gritty, very kind of intense. And there's a great twist in it that you don't see coming. And it just delivers. I really dug this movie. It's like, I don't know, it's like 85% of Rotten Tomatoes or something. It's really solid. If you like Westerns, this is totally worth your time.
And that's the thing. When it comes to Westerns, it's hit or miss for me. I mean, I don't necessarily search them out, but some of my favorite movies like Unforgiven, what was it? Like the Tarantino Western, was it something eight? Well, you know what it is.
Hateful Eight. Yeah.
The Hateful Eight was a fantastic Western. So you're saying this aligns up with those, like a great Western movie.
Yeah. And it just sort of sneaks up on you because it doesn't have a huge name on it. You know what I mean? Like Tim Blake Nelson is an actor. He's been an actor for 30 years, but it's not like Tom Cruise is in it or, whatever. You know what I mean? It's like, it's not a huge thing, but it's very well done. And yeah, definitely worth checking out.
That's good. It sounds like he actually would look like a cowboy more than Tom Cruise. If Tom Cruise was in a Western, I'm out. Consider me out before they even start shooting.
It's the teeth, right? Tom Cruise has got those super white teeth. So yeah, it's a little distracting, but yeah, check it out. And then the other film that's really good this week is on Netflix, actually. It's called The Guilty. And this is Jake Gyllenhaal, and he plays a 911 operator. He's a cop that's sort of been busted down into the 911 room, and he gets overly involved in a call, and he starts sort of bending the rules, and it's all set within this 911 room, right? Where all the operators are. So it's a very claustrophobic, very sort of intense. It's all on him. He's in, pretty much every scene, and it's great. And I think, if I remember correctly, you're not a Gyllenhaal fan, isn't that right?
100%. And I'm glad that you said that because I was going to ask you, is this movie enjoyable for someone who doesn't like Jake Gyllenhaal's face? Like, are you able to get past his
expressions,
yes,
and his voice?
Yeah, everything about this kid, man, I just do not enjoy. I just think he's an unlikable guy. For the most part, and I can't get past that. He's got the charisma of a turd in a bowl.
Well, I would say you should pass. Then I would say that this is not something for you. But I think other people would enjoy it.
Well, thank you. Jake Gyllenhaal was a child actor, right? And he was a chubby child actor, so he was, maybe I didn't like him because he was always privileged. And he still kind of has that smug, privileged aura around him that I just don't like. And the one movie I did like was when he was a cop and with I'm just blanking on names today. Oh, Michael Pena. That movie was fantastic.
Yeah. That was very good. Yeah.
I remember the like title of that.
It's not Training Day, is it? Because that's the other one.
No, it's not Training Day.
because this is the same director of Training Day, Antoine Fuqua, who does really
Okay.
great, kind of gritty cop movies. And I can't remember the name of it, but you're right. I mean, I sort of like him more when it's dark and he's sort of a bad guy. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
he's a conflicted character. So, but he's like Hollywood, like he's in a sort of like a dynasty. His parents were both screenwriters and directors, and of course his sister Maggie Gyllenhaal is an actress, just directed her first film. So I can see why you would be like, I hate these Hollywood people. So
yeah, kind of, and even when he was the villain in Spider-Man, Mysterio, the Mysterio character was great, and I hated that I did not hate enough Jake Gyllenhaal as Mysterio. Like let me rephrase that. Like I wanted to dislike the villain in the movie for being the villain in the movie. I didn't want to dislike the villain because I disliked the guy who's playing the villain.
Gotcha.
That's what kind of took me out of the movie. Because there was lines in there, and I know maybe it's good casting because he's smug. Just in general, maybe I'm just over judging the dude.
I'll say you really don't like Jake
The reality
Gyllenhaal.
is I just don't like him. And just that's just how it is.
Hot take on Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah, if he puts out something great, I'll be the first to take it back. But I haven't seen anything great from Jake Gyllenhaal besides that cop movie.
what about the gay cowboys? What about Brokeback Mountain? Huh?
And to be honest with you, and no homophobe, I haven't seen it.
All right, that's all right.
Yeah.
It's on the queue, huh? Still.
Yeah.
About a decade.
I heard it's good.
I heard it's good.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So let's take a quick break. We got more with Herb Stratford as we talk about what's coming to our streaming networks that aren't movies. I know he's excited about Squid Games. We talked about that a little bit. So we'll talk more about Squid Games and everything else with Herb Stratford after this. Stick around. It's Rock 102.1 KFMA. Beef Vegan presents. Clear. Yeah, I mean, is it not PC to not see Brokeback Mountain? I just
You answered that perfectly.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
No, I think that was the
I
right way
think
to say
Herb's
it.
setting you up for disaster with that question.
Yeah.
But why would I do that? Why would I set Beef up for disaster?
Yeah. The reality is, I mean, it's a love story and chick flick. So I mean, that's like, and Jake Gyllenhaal, nah. That's okay.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of strikes for you. I can totally see that. So
right, but good for them. They won awards for it and everything. else.
Yeah. Well, and it was it was written by Larry McMurtry, who used to live in Tucson and just passed away this year. So yeah.
All right. Well, then maybe just for an homage to Tucson, I might check it out. But we'll see.
Might. Yeah.
Let's see if our phones are working. Rock 102.1. Can you hear me? I can't hear you, so no.
No phones.
Yeah.
What? How does a radio station have no phones? How does that happen?
Oh man, how does a radio station have a lot of non-things? It's been fantastic. Our at least I got they did give me or should I say Austin 4 hours a week in the budget to go out and help promote the show. So that's cool. Which he just did, and we're gonna have that every single week. And so we make some changes around here. They're able to, hook up a little bit for Rico and Powers to be more prevalent on the show. So it's slowly coming along. But I just spent $170 on my own window decals because they don't have a budget for that. 100. I know it's not that great of a deal, but
That's
again, I know. I went through my buddy, but he had to repurpose it, the Vex and things like that, whatever the case. I trust him. It's not like he's
Are they black and white?
No, they're color.
Okay.
Yeah, and they'll be big and they're decals. So I spent money on my own pocket for that. And I was looking just to spend $100. So I went 70 over what I was looking for.
Yeah.
But I wanted to make sure it's done right. And like I said, I trust the guy. Plus, he's hooked me up so many times in the past that even if it's a little bit of an overcharge, it's going towards his business or whatever the case.
No, I get that.
Well worth it.
That's good.
Yeah.
But again, you don't want to just give them away willy-nilly.
Yeah.
True.
So what's a good he's gonna leave them at the front, which I know about. So
Mhm.
live streamers, but also
Yes.
we should bring them to the hockey game. Is where people they should get some of that.
That's true. Yeah, I can. Well, it's only 100, but I do want out of the 100, I want 100 of them to be on cars.
That's what I mean. I don't want to just give them everybody gonna be like, who will put this on their car?
Yeah, I don't want you to put it on your Hydra or on your refrigerator or just in the junk drawer.
No, put it on your water bottle. Even that counts. People have water bottles more than anything, and everyone in their office sees it.
Okay.
So just use it. You're going to use the sticker prominently. It counts.
Yeah. Only if you're going to use the sticker.
Yeah. But like,
this is how cheap I am, though, and because
you're giving everyone $2.
Yeah.
That's not nothing. That's not.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So, and we will stress that when I say, hey, you want one of these tickets. Now, keep in mind, this is me personally giving you $2. So you need to use it. And if you don't use it, you're offending me because I hate spending $2 at a time. I hate spending money. I don't have the money.
Well, and I can speak from personal experience. When you give people money, normally it's mixed in with cigarette butts and chewing gum, and it's in a dirty bag. So I mean,
one time I lost a bet to Herb, and
so you gave him the money in what?
Change with cigarette butts and trash all in a Ziploc bag. Like it was $5.
Yeah, it smelled bad. Yeah,
it did. I think I farted in the bag and then sealed it. Like it was fantastic. I was like, here you go, Herb.
Yeah, we're friends. We're friends.
I don't like lose bets, and and maybe I was being a sore loser, but it was good reason.
And now I don't like winning bets from you. So
now you don't like to win bets.
Yeah, I was like, you want to bet? He's like, no, I don't want to bet at all.
There's no win. It's a no-win situation.
Yeah, and I understand.
So funny.
Yeah, let's see. I got to do Thursday Night Football week 4.
He's working.
Yeah. Sorry.
What a treat.
Hey, check this out, streamers.
Yeah, I know. Actually, I do have something. Okay, so you ever been to Discount Tire?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So with Discount Tire, they always kind of treat you the same way. It's a little weird. They get you on the upsells. They car shame you sometimes. Rico noticed this, and he reenacted what it's like for him to go to Discount Tire. So check this out.
Welcome to Discount Tire. How can I help you?
So I made an appointment online earlier today. Set up a couple tires in the
5 p.m.
Yeah.
You Rocco? Rico. Okay, what seems to be the problem, Rocco?
So the 2 tires I have in the back are like totally done. They're like corroded, and it's time for a change. So I'm hoping to get those 2 changed out. And
what kind of car do you drive?
It's a 2006 Mustang GT.
It says here you drive a woman's car.
No.
All right. I'm gonna go take the keys from you and go inspect the damage.
Yeah, for sure.
Thanks, champ. You wait right here.
Okay.
Well, here's the thing, bucko. Just did my full 10-point inspection of your back rear tire, and hate to say it, but it looks like they are 100% fucked. So I've got a couple options right here for you. What do? You look like you work at the docks.
I don't work at the docks.
So it looks like we're going to be operating on a shoestring budget. Let me see what I can do for you, kiddo.
Yeah, please. That'd be nice.
All right, kiddo. Here's your options. Option A, replace all 4 tires and you're most likely to live a happy life till the end of your days, including all service fees, installation, maintenance, and no warranty. Your total comes to $1,093. Option B, 2 tires replaced right in the rear. Chances are they'll explode within the next year or so, and you will die a fiery death. Total is $417, and we can get that expedited for you today. And option C, we patch the hole in your tire and fill it with 100% grade A air, but you're most likely to die by the end of the day if you drive this on the freeway and or any other residential streets and or provinces. these are the options I got for you.
Damn, tires are expensive. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna go with C for now. I'm just kind of running out of budget, so I just can't afford anything much more than that. I'll take care of the other two later or something. That's all I can afford right now. So,
yeah, I can work out whatever you need, kiddo. You wanna go with the option C, $200?
yeah.
Let me put this right in for you.
Yes. How long is it gonna take?
5 hours.
Okay.
Go ahead and take a seat right there, kid. Hungry. What is that, ginger? All right, Rocco, get on up here.
Yeah, is it all good to go?
Yeah, man, we filled the tire up for you with air, and it looks inflated. So let me just see your debit card real quick.
You guys do MasterCard?
I'd take anything. Quick question for you, kiddo. Is that your sticker on the car?
Well, which one?
Semper Fi. Actually, I put on the military discount for you.
Oh, no, I bought it and it came with that on the side. It's kind of fit
Is that
already.
your Marine sticker?
No.
What is this, stolen valor? Hold on.
I don't.
Hold on. Okay, save it, kid. I'm just gonna have to take off your military discount right here. New total comes to $273 as a normal civilian.
They said 200.
Yeah, but, you know, this is before I found out you were trying to take glory from our people.
Okay.
You're all set to go, hero.
Thanks.
Enjoy your day.
Yeah, you too.
There you have. That was Rico. And so get ready, because coming up this quarter, we're going to have a lot more sketches and things to include here on the live stream, as we're very ambitious in trying to bring something new, fresh, and original to Tucson, Arizona. I'm excited about it. And that was an older sketch from Rico, an oldie but a goodie.
Timeless.
Right? Yeah.
I could tell it was old because it was not in 4K.
That's right. Yeah. I know. Some of the other ones are, though. I mean, I did play the Hot Rock movie hack earlier this week.
Yes, that was
when
excellent.
he patched in, and that was good. And that's something that Herb probably enjoy. I'll just show you like 15 seconds of this, Herb. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
This is Super Joint Movie Preview Hack, yo! Yeah! I think it's so awesome that your name be Mary Jane like weed, yo. You know, your name, Peter, that's another word for dick. Oh my god, you're right, yo. Don't you know anybody that can score us some weed? Oh my god, Mary Jane, we can't be smoking that weed. We're only 16 years old, yo. No, Peter, we were 16 when Thanos did the snap, and that was 5 years later, so technically we're actually 21 right now. Oh my god, you're right, yo. Let me see.
So there's an example of that. All right, we're on in 8 seconds here talking about the stream, but yeah, we're gonna have good times, Herb. And then when your back feels better, you can come in studio and join those good times. All
yeah,
right.
well, I gotta tell you,
2.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. What were you saying, Herb?
Oh, I was just saying, Rico, that spot that everybody saw on the stream. I mean, my favorite part personally was the typing, because that's exactly what it's like. I mean, you go in there and it's like, what are you typing? So yeah, nailed
And they're
it.
typing.
Excellent.
This dude drives a chick car. You know,
That's so funny.
I know. I feel that every time I show up in my Kia Soul. They're just like, huh, Kia Soul, huh? You're a really manly dude. I'm manly enough to be secure to drive a Kia Soul. All right, let's talk about what's coming to our streaming network. So we could just sit on the couch and watch things for free, which is always great in my budget. What are we looking forward to here?
So I think the most important thing to talk about today is Squid Game. I think that everything else pales beside Squid Game, and Squid Game is on Netflix. And if you haven't heard about this, it's a Korean show. So the one bad part about it is it's dubbed, and all the voices, I mean, none of the voices match the people. It's hysterical. So, I mean, you think they could have done a little better job on that, but
that's the thing I hate about dubs so much. And we touched on Squid Game earlier in the week because Netflix is saying this could be the #1 show of theirs of all time.
Of all time.
Yes, people are super excited. You're talking bigger than Stranger Things and everything else.
Yeah.
But like Money Heist, the overdubs and the voices not matching what looks like would come out of their mouth. And I'm not even saying like just the words lining up with their lips. Like the tone of the voices seem like, oh, that doesn't make sense, right?
Yeah, but you gotta suspend it. You gotta suspend that disbelief. And I mean, I will say that if it becomes the #1 show of all time for Netflix, that's because of international market. You know what I mean? Like I think Stranger Things, as a native English speaking kind of thing is going to be bigger in the United States because there's going to be some people it's just going to turn off. And also it's a genre piece. I mean, it is a limited series. I think it's 6 episodes, and it's basically like Battle Royale. It's like, it's this crazy hyper violent sort of game thing that happens that is just, it's just bonkers. I mean, really bonkers is the word. I mean, it looks like an MC Escher drawing with all these crazy colors and all this crazy, and it's so violent, but it's like wildly entertaining. So, I mean, give it a shot.
Yeah, that's what my takeaway from watching the trailer was like, man, this is visually intoxicating. This is a beautiful looking project, and it's kind of futuristic, but it's still modern. I'm very South Korean. I mean, they're kind of got their finger on the pulse when it comes to pop culture. They know what they're doing. Like, think films like Parasite is just one example of that. But I'm sure they're cranking out a whole bunch of great products, and this is just a prime example of that.
Yeah, this is sort of like the kind of thing that I hope that Blumhouse doesn't go, oh, let's do an American version of this, because you'll never get that craziness that it comes from in its native environment. But it's, because of the dubbing, you don't have to sit there and read a lot of subtitles. So, I mean, don't let that be a barrier. Say, oh, it's South Korean, I'm not interested. No, you got to check it out. It is crazy. So
let me ask you this. Right. Let me ask you this. Do you feel like you like this show more so because you're such a massive stan for the challenge, right? MTV's The Challenge. And this is essentially like the evolution of the challenge. Like the stunts get crazier to a point where it's like somebody might die. And in this situation, the premise is, oh no, you'll totally die if you lose. Right? Like, is the challenge going to become this?
Yeah, you may be right, actually, because you're right. This is like the challenge on steroids, because it's not like, oh, yeah, I lost and I might get voted out or I might have to go into the arena. It's like, no, you're dead on the floor. So, yeah, it's the final edition of the challenge. So
I would even add to this. It's the challenge on steroids and acid, a little combination of the two, a little cocktail, and then bam, that's Squid Games.
Yeah,
awesome.
It is. So check it out.
All right. Well, you take Herb's word for it. And, even the CEO of Netflix, who says that everyone in the world is watching this show. So I'm going to binge that this weekend. And if I don't like it, I'm coming for you. All right.
All right. I'll be here on Thursday. Yep.
Yeah. All right. Well, good. Yeah. So, yeah. You thinking about the other show, you son of a bitch. Herb Stratford is our film critic, ladies and gentlemen. He'll be back with us next Friday morning. And so if you want to check out all of Herb's reviews. Studio. Good. Yep. Well, get well soon. I actually mean that. Go figure.
Thank you. Thanks, man.
And we're gonna take a quick break, hit the reset. We got a little bit more show to go. So keep it right here. Rock 102.1 KFMA. It's Beef Vegan Presents. Clear. Okay. And we're clear. Excellent segment there, Herb.
Yay, Herb.
All right.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. Yeah.
So you going to the chiropractor, going to the doctor?
Yeah, it's the doctor. And then, they're giving me, muscle relaxers. And I'm like, I don't know how much of that I want to do, and all kinds of exercises. And, and I got to get the car looked at. And, it's just
pain in the ass.
So, yeah. So thanks for the flexibility, guys. But I'll be back in person.
Okay, well, feel better soon, and hopefully don't turn into heroin, Herb. Okay, so don't let him load you up with too many painkillers and get all addicted. Coming in like,
All right.
hey, can you give me a bag of change with some cigarettes in it? I really need some.
Yeah, if I come back next week and I don't have any teeth, you'll know exactly what happened. So all right.
Exactly. Well, yeah, get well soon. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, guys. See ya.
All right, Herb Stratford, everybody. All right, so yeah, that was fantastic.
I love it.
I do have. Oh yeah, I did have other stuff that happened today. I did want to upload the clip of Bob talking from the Tucson Roadrunners.
Yeah.
We had a good time with Bob and Eric. I saw that you tried to go down and see Austin, the Naked Cowboy. I apologize that you didn't catch him in time. He was there for quite some
He
time.
was there earlier. You got there 9:30. That's
Yeah.
a long time later.
Absolutely, yeah,
He already left his second location.
yeah. I think he's on his way back right now,
Oh, is he?
which is fine. And then Austin's doing some kind of van stop later. Yeah, his buddy Daniel had the dip, so he had a cameraman there. And when he comes back, we'll review his what is it? I'm going to invite Todd to the stream real quick because I played Dungeons and Dragons last week. So what I was saying is we'll review his performance when he gets back.
Mhm.
And I'm inviting Todd here. So last night, I played Dungeons and Dragons for the first time.
First time D&D.
Yeah, and I'm dragging ass today because it was a late night for me. But it was a good time.
That's a side effect from Dungeons and Dragons. You're dragging ass the next day.
Exactly. Mari participated. Drum, who is like a pro. She came with a full kit. And Drum, she takes everything so literally. It's hilarious. So she busts out like, I don't know, 6 or 7 different dice kits for playing Dungeons and Dragons. And if you're a D&D player, it's all about the dice, collecting the dice. They get really into the dice.
Mhm.
And I see why. It looks really cool. And all the different dice that you throw for the game. So she breaks out this big kit of all these different dices. And I go, oh, first time, huh? And she's like, no, actually, I played a lot. I'm like, Drum, don't take it literally. It's a fucking joke, man. Like, obviously, this is not your first time. But I had a great time with everybody. There's Todd, everyone. The
Good morning.
Dungeon Master. Good morning.
Hello.
So you have a clip of what from last night?
I had the clip of you describing a kill of I believe it was the bear kill. No, wolf. One of the wolf kills.
Yeah, here's the thing, Powers.
Mhm.
My first time playing, I slaughtered a bunch of monsters.
Good.
Like 3 or 4, and that was part of my role because I was coming out as like the strong man.
Mhm.
And Mari was out, trying to solve the clue, get the map or whatever, save the sheep.
Save the sheep. She was saving a sheep.
She was saving the sheep. So she's out there, and while she's doing that, I am doing my part to protect the crew and kill a bunch of monsters and shit.
All right.
It was fantastic. I had actually a really good time there. So here's me describing what I was going to do to this bear.
Do it one more time. Better.
Okay, so I'm drunk monkey. I spin and do a double backhand. I hit it, whoosh, backhand across the face there. Spin around, whoosh, another backhand. She's dazed, grab her, put my arm around there, slam down to the ground, drunk a DDT, drunk a DDDT. Yeah.
This is like an NNDDDD.
And
Yeah.
I have to give
Great
you
stupid
absolute credit. For a first time player, you committed. You went
See?
for it. You weren't nervous about it. Like it could be overwhelming. There's a lot of things to go over. There's a lot of rules. There's a lot of things happen, and you did not let that stop you at all. You sold out. You went for it, and it made it better. You did great.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. Well, you're a good dungeon master. So, he had the setup there. Do you have pictures of your setup?
I got that picture from last night. Hold on one second.
Yeah. So what he did was, this is fantastic. And I don't know if this is common amongst D&D players, but so he set up a computer monitor flat and put pieces on it, and that was the board. And he could change the board, right? And there was music playing the entire time with it. So there's a selfie picture. So you got Mari, her friend Suzanne, I believe. There's Drum. They got matching purple hair. If I would have asked, I'm like, are you guys related? Huh?
Roken.
And
That's the
Roken.
other name.
Yeah. I was getting a Roken, right
You
there.
ought to be like, make sure they say my name right.
Roken, he was the ringer. So Todd brought in a ringer of a guy. And I'll tell you what, Roken was a nice guy, but he did slow down the process because we were all, well, not all of us, I guess, because Drum was kind of a pro. So half of us were first timers. The other half were like full blown pros. Roken's like throwing all these curveballs Todd's way, kind of like you messing with him. It seemed like he was messing with you.
He was definitely messing with me. He was trying to pull some nonsense. I'm like, stop! You're being a bad example. Stop it.
Yeah. You know, but you know, he had a good time. He bought me that tall boy back there that I drank a little Truly action. And there's a bar there at the what's the name of the place again?
Tucson Games and Gadgets and their Short Rest Tavern.
Yeah. So Courtney's a big D&D fan. Watch a lot of Critical Role. Oh, you got to play then. You know, this is something that we're going to do more often, and then we'll probably even shoot it, stream it, chop it up, edit it. I don't know. I mean,
we had a good enough time that I think we should do it. I think we should pull the trigger on trying to do a series. Yeah,
it'll be good. I mean, it's tough because you're talking about a 4 or 5 hour stream of playing D&D. I mean, but it is niche. But the problem is the people who would watch it would be hardcore into it and be like, you're doing it wrong. You know what I mean?
There's that. You know, I just noticed even celebrities have a tougher time getting people to watch these sorts of things. That's a long stream.
It is a long ass stream.
Long stream. Yep.
Yeah.
That's why we keep our stream an hour right now. So saving the sheep. Yeah. It was an interesting adventure.
It was the Wild Sheep Chase. It's a one shot. I wish I had the thing. It's one of the person who wrote it is fantastic. They write a bunch of one shots that are just irrelevant, and it's all curious and interesting stories. And
let me give you my moment that I felt most proud of as far as my gameplay. Okay, so there's 2 wolves and a bear, right? Somebody attacks one of the wolves.
And a half orc.
Oh, and a half orc, yeah. Oh, I fucked that half orc up. I really did. I ended up killing him. Actually, the way I killed the half orc, no, that was the bear. We're talking about turning him inside out. But anyway,
oh yeah, that was the last kill. Yeah,
that was fantastic. I went over the top. But the one thing I was proud about was somebody attacked the wolf, and the wolf said no in a human voice, right? So I'm thinking, and Drum was like, werewolf. And I'm like, oh, it's a werewolf. So it's my turn. And my abilities is I can grab objects and use them. I was a big, strong guy. I was like Drax, basically, was my character. So I'm at the bar. I'm getting drunk. I'm a drunk monkey. I was actually Monkey Monk, the Funky Drunk was my name. Right. So
when did you come up with that?
On the spot.
Wow.
Yeah,
literally on the spot. He picked the character at when he got to the table.
Yeah. So Monkey Monk, the Funky Drunk. So I'm at the bar, and so the wolf said no. So I'm like, cool. I grab a silver knife and I stabbed the wolf because it's a werewolf. Boom. Wolf died. Werewolf style. Because silver kills werewolves. Oh,
they weren't werewolves.
I was about to say it's probably some poor cursed bastard.
You just happened.
They're dead now.
That was pure coincidence. You just happened to bring its hit points all the way down with that strike, but they were polymorph humans. They weren't werewolves.
Okay. Well, I mean, I still killed them.
Beef. They're polymorph humans. Idiot.
I still got 3 or 4
That's the
kills under my belt.
Everybody falls into that trap.
I guess, but yeah, there was a good crew there. So with the ladies and Mari at sometimes was a little lost. It was funny.
It's overwhelming getting into it initially, but everybody had a good time, and that's all that's important.
I saw like Ronan or Roken. So this is the best way to dive into this because Roken goes 100% commitment. So, and this is Mari and Suzanne's first time. So immediately, Roken's first play, he's into it. He's like, I look around.
Oh my God, here we go. Yeah.
I look up. I'm seeing perception. And then, so he's reenacting, and it's, it's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
In a way, but full blown, full commitment going in there. The yelling and, accent and everything else was full blown. He's advanced, and we're just sitting here like, oh, this is what we're supposed to do.
Yeah. It's funny. Let me tell you about it. So I ran an event once, right? And it was 420. I did a D&D event called High Rollers.
Okay.
And it was super fun. Had a good professional DM and all that stuff. But then, yes, it's that same type of thing where you have, and some of the nerdier folks are attracted to D&D.
Yes.
And then they're there. You're like, oh, hi, welcome to the thing. And then, oh, hello. Okay, let's start the game. That person goes, well, hello, I am a goblin from the Netherlands. And I'm like, what? Where is this person?
Yes.
And it's amazing the charisma that comes out of people where they really jump into a character and use voices.
Yes.
That's D&D. It's nuts.
Right. And that's great, though. If that could at least bring that out of their shell, bring them out of their shell, even for a couple hours at a time, if they can't normally do that in their own skin, or when they're feeling like they're being themselves. I think that's a step in the right direction for people just to be able to overcome those things. And Rob said, "Did you drink? Or are you drinking smoke while playing? 5 hours sounds like fun." Yes, and yeah, I drank and I showed up, already smoked, ready to go, ready to play imagination time, right?
Ready to play imagination. If they called it imagination time.
He also had a very well prepared DM. So.
Yes.
Oh, look at him
Todd.
putting himself over. Todd's like, they're not giving me enough
Look,
credit, though.
Todd does have a good setup here. Let me go back to this picture here. So he custom made this little table here.
Mm-hmm.
That board that we're playing on again is a monitor, so it's a digital game board.
TV screen, literally a TV.
Oh, TV screen. Yeah, literally a TV screen. All the pieces are hand painted.
Nice.
Yeah, like the dude put in time. And he was a fantastic dungeon master, and I wouldn't have been able to figure out the game.
I don't know if I can make that bigger, but you see right there in there, that is a bed dragon wormling. That's a dragon model that I just stuck a big bed on top of it just for this module. Literally doesn't exist anywhere else. So
yeah. And Drum wanted to adopt it. And I'm like, Drum, it's a dragon. It's going to eat you. I love it. It's adorable. I could sleep on its back. I'm like, well, you got a point there.
Sure.
Yeah. So she got super into it, and she was really good as well. And then at some points, Drum and Roken were talking to each other where I literally thought they were speaking a different language. I had no idea what they were saying. No idea whatsoever.
I love it.
Yeah. So it's cool. We'll do that again for sure. All right, Todd, we're going to get back on the air. We'll talk to you soon, and you have a great weekend, my friend.
You too, brother. Later on.
All right, Todd, everybody. The Dungeon Master, Todd. It's fantastic.
I got to ask him. Does he prefer DM or GM? Because GM goes around now. Oh, it's not Dungeon Master, it's Game Master. So some people, it's like, oh, are you a DM or a GM? And it's like the GIF and GIF debate. I'm like, oh, geez.
I'm sure he's probably
a DM.
A DM, yeah.
Because I bet it's people that are like, well, I don't exclusively play Dungeons and Dragons. Yeah. I like Pathfinder. I'm a Game Master. It's funny. I'm such a nerd, and I love nerd stuff. But I love that we'll make fun of nerds and still do like the Conan nerd. Yes, very good. Like Conan's nerd.
Right. And Todd did respond. He said DM.
Oh, there you go, Todd. Hell yeah. I knew DM.
Yeah.
I knew DM.
But he prefers that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We got 25 seconds here. And then what do I got? I should upload my life. We'll wrap that up. I hope you guys have a great weekend. We're going to be doing the Tucson Roadrunners Fan Fest this Sunday. So if you're doing anything, it's at the Silver Bell Park in Marana.
And you should really come there. And the thing I was going to try and say before we get on the radio.
Ron. Sorry about that, Powers. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents as we continue our podcast broadcast on the Rock 102.1 Facebook page. And we only got a few minutes on this Friday as we're getting amped up for a full weekend. I hope you guys have a lot of fun plans lined up for this weekend, like going to the Monster Truck Nitro Tour that's happening at the Tucson Rodeo Grounds.
That's Saturday.
That's Saturday. And then on Sunday, we got the Roadrunners Fan Fest. That's going to be a big deal.
Come hang out with us.
Yeah, hang out with us. Come dunk us.
Yeah.
$5 to dunk us in the dunk tank. And we're doing that for charity. So everything that you contribute there will go to a great charity. And if you bring any non-perishable food, they'll take that, donate to charity as well. There's going to be food trucks. It's going to be so much fun. 9 to noon Sunday at the Silver Bell Park in Marana.
I wanted to say this before, if I could say it now. And they're doing that garage sale thing they were saying. So good time to go get a jersey. If you don't have a Roadrunners jersey, I don't have one yet. I'm going to try and scoop one up so that when we get to the game, we're in Beef Cheap Seats at the end of the month. You got your jersey ready to go.
Yeah. Yeah, so not only are we doing Beef Cheap Seats, and thank you to the Roadrunners for doing this because they're trying to support the show as much as possible, and vice versa, right? I mean, been a part of the team for 4 years. They know this could be a 1-year experiment for me if it doesn't fail. You know, I got 1 year on the books for this station to show that I could pull it out from the gutters and everything and make this station what it was once before.
I believe in you, buddy.
Yeah. And then with that, they're like, well, let's do some cross motion, baby. So not only we're going to do the Beef Cheap Seats on weeknights and do like hella cheap seats and have an entire section just to KFMA listeners and have a lot of fun with you guys when you're at the game. But they'll be promoting the show throughout the games, throughout the season.
Yeah. And then also, aren't you working there doing the voice of them all the time?
Yes, I am the
He's
arena
the voice
host
of the Tucson Roadrunners.
Well, not technically the voice.
Oh, come on.
Host. I'm
the host. Even better, actually.
I'm the deaf grandpa.
Oh, even better.
Yeah, the deaf grandpa is the guy that says, make some noise, and then people make noise and go, I can't hear you. Deaf grandpa style. Speaking of deaf grandpa, let me give you this fun fact.
Yeah.
Something to stick into your head for the weekend.
Oh.
Do you think your grandparents still do it? Or your parents, if they're all elderly?
I don't think about that. I don't think about that ever.
Well, think about it, because they do. They do a lot.
Goodness.
In fact, actually, 1 in 8 people over the age of 50 bang like 4 or 5 times a week, legitimately. And this is something you probably didn't wish that you knew about your parents or your grandparents. But 1 in 8 people over 50 say they're having sex at least 5 times a week. 35% of Americans are knocking boots more than ever, and not just in the bedroom, right? 48% have done it in the living room. 38% have done it in the bathroom. 28% done it in the kitchen. Have fun this Thanksgiving.
Oh my God.
Yeah, 24% in the dining room.
These are all just grandmas we're talking about. How
These are all
disturbing.
grandparents.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
Oh yeah. Grandma's getting plowed. In general, most people over 50 say they're doing it no pants dance, less than they used to. But the average person said that they're actually more active now than they were in their 30s.
Well, I know this one fact is that, do you know where STDs have been on the rise for years?
Yep.
Retirement homes.
That's
They're all
right.
just knocking boots.
And if you ask, like, how could this be? Well, thank your friends at Pfizer for that one, because the Viagra keeps you going all night long.
Oh, we got a lot of reasons to thank Pfizer, I guess.
Let's take a quick break and then we'll wrap things up on this Friday on Rock 102.1 KFMA. Clear. All right, so since it is Friday, I do want to share with you your Friday F My Life, as we're hyped up here and we're about to wrap things up. So here is today's F My Life. Check it out. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back. It's a Friday edition of Beef Vegan Presents. We got so much to get to, and I'll be checking in with Austin here in a little bit, but it's 7-11, time for your F My Lives. Let's go!
Did you get caught self-loving by your mom?
Awkward.
It is awkward. Did you do something that got you fired from your job?
I just get stupid. It's fun being stupid.
Don't hide this in vain. Let us laugh at your pain. Call 600 KFMA right away.
I promise we won't embarrass you.
Because Beef Vegan presents F My Life. F My Life. F My Life.
All right, time for another edition of F My Life. These are listener-submitted emails sent to me at beefvegan@kfma.com, subject line FML. If you care to share your F My Life on the air, give me a call right now, 600 KFMA. That's 600-5362. Power's going to weigh in on these with me. Powers, you ready?
I am. Move your camera for the live stream so you look a little better.
Oh, nice. Excellent.
Oh, my goodness.
All right, here's our first one written to us by Lacey out on the east side. She said, today I was taking some quote-unquote me time when my neighbor drove past and saw me. What I failed to realize was that my dog had pushed the shades open for my body to be right on display. Oh, that's nice. F My Life?
It's nice with the neighbors.
Yeah.
I mean, her window's not her OnlyFans. You don't want that sort of thing unless you're getting paid for it.
That's true. And I can relate. Like, I don't have blinds on my windows, and sometimes when I'm on the couch and I spend some me time, I'm like, if my neighbor walks by right now, it's not going to look good. Next situation written to us by Darren up in Oro Valley. He said, today my wife's paranoia reached a new level. She spent a half hour fretting over the idea that one of the cleaning ladies at our hotel might have taken a used condom from our room and tried to get pregnant with it.
What?
Yeah, that's schizo. That's not good.
That's terrifying.
Yeah. Okay.
As fast as possible.
That's enough my life. She might need medication, dude. All right, next situation is from Jorge. He wrote, today, after thinking I wasn't ugly, just fat, I lost 30 pounds, and now it turns out I was wrong. Oh, I can relate to that, Jorge.
Oh, that's ridiculous. Jorge, come on. I think you're gorgeous. I'm sure of it.
Well, unfortunately, you're not banging Jorge. Nobody is. All right, this next one is written to us by Robbie. I said, I was having an after-work dinner with my ex-girlfriend, and we were having a great time catching up, eating great food, and all good things. Then when I got home, I realized I just talked to my ex-girlfriend for about an hour and a half about how much better her new boyfriend is than me. Oh, just realized that, huh?
Never a good time.
Yeah, definitely.
Never a good time. Not measuring up.
Yeah, definitely an F My Life there. And final F My Life of this morning, written to us by Cheryl out in Green Valley. Is that a thing? All right, she said, today my boyfriend and I got it on for the first time. All right.
All right.
He's Latino, so I thought he'd like it if I made a little bit of noise and called him Poppy while we did it.
All righty.
Super hot.
There you go.
It freaked him out enough to kill his wood, and now he thinks I have some kind of incest fetish. F my life. What do you say, Powers?
Yeah. Apparently, some of the slang isn't cultural.
Yeah.
It doesn't cross borders.
Yeah, I know. I
He
know.
took that way too literally.
Like, you're incestuous? Hi, puppy. Not good. There's your F My Lives. Keep those emails coming in. We're going to hit the reset. Be back with president of the Tucson Roadrunners, Bob Hoffman. All right, and then we're back here live. Oh, yes. Checking out the hair. And we got about minute 48.
You're wearing a hat.
I know the little hair that patches, shows right there. Looking young with my backwards hat.
That's what you need.
I know. Oh, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. All right. So just to recap, you guys know what's happening with the beef cheap seats. So we're going to be hyping that up. And then next Thursday, you guys in particular, you need to know this. I'm giving away $500 a week. So at 8:15 every Thursday in October from now until October 21st, I'm going to give you a phrase. And I asked people to give me some suggestions on phrases because you're going to say that phrase back to Razor at a certain time. The time will change every week, but I'll let you know what time you have to tune in to Razor. Then call up, give that phrase, and if you make it through and you give the correct phrase, you're going to win $500 cash. Like legit, straight up. The fact that this station is giving away $500 cash is fantastic. They found a sponsor for it and everything. So hopefully it's a promotion that we can continue to do throughout the year. But right now, we're going to start off for 3 weeks, give out $1,500, $500 a week, and you can make more money than me doing radio by listening to the radio. That's a big deal.
Only what Anthony wrote. But we have to listen to Razor.
I know.
That's terrible. No, it's a good time. Come on.
Courtney, the cheap seats, I don't know. They're going to be half price of what they normally are. So it's going to be pretty cheap.
And they're on the ice.
Yeah, they're going to be on the ice. Our section is 100 people in the section. And it's going to be a party, and I'll make sure to hook up the section and everything else. So we'll give you more details as we approach. Our first cheap seats game is October 29th. It's going to be a Friday. All right, let's do this.
To Beef Vegan presents.
He looks like he's on something. He's definitely on something, like bath salts.
Rock 102.1.
Bath salt still a thing?
That's what I thought.
Yeah. I'm definitely on something. All right, that's all the time we have for today. But let me leave you with this. Getting COVID, whether you're scared or not to get COVID, thinking that you'll die or not, you might not. Okay. We know the percentages at this time, but we also know that it's dangerous. And a lot of people suffer from long COVID. And long COVID is when you have symptoms that last way past the point of your recovery, like not being able to smell or taste.
Right.
Well, here's another one to get scared of, just to scare you into the weekend. A thing called restless anal syndrome. Restless anal syndrome is a thing that's been linked to COVID. Doesn't happen with many people, but it has happened enough to be in the medical journal. So the scientists are kind of aware of it. What it is basically is like restless leg syndrome. The legs just keep on going. Well, the restless anal syndrome makes you feel like you need to go to the bathroom constantly.
Wow.
Yeah. So I have a beef tip for you.
Go on.
If you get restless anal syndrome, I think it's good if you get like a ball of wet wipes, just kind of, shove it in there like a man pond, wear some tight underwear, and that should solve it. I'm not a doctor, but I think that will work. That's what I'm going to leave you with. So enjoy the rest of your day.
Something.
We'll see you Sunday at Silverbill Park at Coterra for the Roadrunner Fan Fest. Until then, as always, drive safe, ride safe, and rock local. Later.
When you wish upon a side of beef, soon will come an end to all your grief. But if you've been mean or kind of bad, I will knock out all your teeth.